Example number 2 out of your textbook wants us to multiply complex numbers. So it's going to be kind of similar. You almost treat it like it's just a regular binomial. So they want us to multiply this complex number, 2 plus 3i times 5 minus I. All right? And so that's, you know what it looks like to me? It looks a lot like something like 2 plus 3x times the quantity 5 minus x, doesn't it? And basically that's kind of what we're doing, right? So if I were to multiply this out, I don't know if you guys use the grid method or not, but Mr. Adams loves to use the grid method because I never forget stuff, right? You guys learned about FOIL, right? First, outer, inner, last. This is the same thing, it's just written a little different. I'm going to take the 2 and the positive 3i here, and then I'm going to write the 5 and the negative I here. Now the reason I like to do that is it's basically FOIL, but I'm guaranteed not to forget a term. So if I multiply 5 times 2, what's that? 10. Good. It's good to know that you guys are alive. And then what's 2 times I? Oh, 2 times negative I. I'm sorry. What is that? Negative 2i. All right, so now 3i times 5 is 15i. And then, this is going to be tricky. What's 3i times negative I? Negative 3i squared. Now remember, Mr. Adams said that I is equal to the square root of negative 1, which is important, but we'll kind of skip over that. But what did I say I squared was equal to? Negative 1. Okay. So now what we have here, oops, what did I forget? I forgot to write something down. I forgot the I right here, right? Now I could play this 2 ways, right? I could say I constantly make mistakes to model how not to make mistakes, or I could just make mistakes. What do you think I should say? Notice that I always correct the mistakes though. Yeah. All right, so anyways, basically I screw up and make mistakes. So these are the imaginaries, right? So I'm going to combine those, but the problem is that 3i squared, so let's write this out. So I'm going to say 10 minus 2i, right, plus 15i, because that's a positive 15i, and then I have negative 3i squared, but what is I squared really? Negative 1. So I'm going to sub that in right there. So what I have is negative 3 times negative 1 is positive 3, so I've got 10 plus 3, that's the real part, and then negative 2i plus 15i. So again, this is the real number, and this is the imaginary portion of the total complex number, imaginary. It's really hard to talk and walk and chew gum at the same time. All right. So now I've got 13 plus 13i. That is, or should be, our final complex number. Double check in the book, make sure. Yep, that's it. Any questions on that?